Okay, so we're gonna jump into the awakening checklist. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 little things that you can check off to make sure that you're, in our lit signature trade. So let's start at the beginning. First question is, has Asia ended? And yes, I can tell you this is the end of the Asia box. Okay, perfect. What's the next question? Have you identified potential medium inducement zones? Okay, let's have a look. Well, this is our Asia. I'm not sure if you can make that out, but as you see, this is actually this right here. So let's look to the left and let's identify our medium inducement zones. Well, as we can see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 taps of this quadruple bottom, these equal lows. So that is one zone. If we take this out, that would be a medium inducement. And then next, again, all of this is liquidity, all of this. But of course, we have overall our equal highs up here. So these are the main ones that we want to be focusing on. Perfect. So for the next bit, yes, we have found our medium inducement zones. Now, let's have a look at POIs. Well, obviously, we're not going to want to identify any POIs within here because they're just going to be smart money traps. They lie on liquidity. That's nothing that we want to take. Same to the upside. Don't really want to be looking at like a POI like this. You've got all of this liquidity, all of this, so not really. But above here, we have this potential POI right here. So potential POIs have been found. Have you identified in which direction they are creating liquidity? Okay, so what does this mean? Well, let's have a look. Coming into Asia, what has happened? Well, we've reacted here. What was this? These were those huge equal lows to the left, right here. So this is that reaction. These were those. So currently, what are we doing? We're reacting off the equal lows. We're bringing in buyers. So we're reacting off the liquidity to the downside. So yes, we can check that one off. They've created liquidity to the downside. Perfect. Right. Next one. Obviously, this was our Asia range, and then this right here was our huge equal lows to the left. Huge. So we can say for these ones, yes, we've had a lovely Asia range inducement and our medium inducement. What timing does it happen? This is Frankfurt. So perfect. We can click both of those. Sorry, we can check both of those. Boom, boom. Next, we don't want to be just taking random random BOSs. So we've just got oh yeah. There's nothing has happened to the left, and we're just like, oh yeah, this is a BOS, and now we trade it. That's not how we want to do it. How we want to be doing it is we want to first identify our inducement, and then when we have our inducement, then we can look for break of structure into mitigation to trade away. So let's have a look. Yes, this is our BOS after our medium inducement right here. And then here is a really good example of something that you don't want to look at. So this is just our random change of character, stroke BOS, whatever you want to call it. We know that we've got liquidity right here, all these equal highs. So is this a mitigation that you really want to be looking at? Probably not, right? But we'll keep it there. We'll see what happens with it. So yes, we've had our relevant break of structure away from our inducement. Let's have a little look as to what is next. So does your inducement POI also have an imbalance? So first off, let's answer this question about the change of character. This mitigation right here, obviously we do not want to be taking this. Liquidity zone, equal highs, everyone's going to be selling from here. You've got your double top traders getting into sells with this push. Maybe the smart money traders who don't know about liquidity are getting in. They see their change of character, they're trying to jump in here, all of that sort of stuff. Where are they likely going to be targeting? A new low. But we know that this low right here is our medium inducement. So we know very likely that we actually want to be trading from this. Because what has this done? Well, we've induced the huge equal lows to the left. We've induced Asia low. We've done it in our timing, Frankfurt. And now we have liquidity here. And if you remember, we have that huge liquidity all the way over here. So we're currently something like this. And this is the POI that we're looking at down here. Okay, this is the overall target. And then the equal highs that we built right here, this would be your minimum target. Sorry, that's really bad. This would be your minimum target. So depends on how comfortable you are holding. So maybe at the beginning, you're not too comfortable. You just want to get in and out. That's where you target something like that. But if you're more comfortable, or of course you can partial here and then hold the other 50% up to the overall equal highs. Okay. So everything is met. We have checked off all of these. Asia session ended. We identified our medium inducement zones. We identified our potential POIs. We have identified in which direction they were creating liquidity out of Asia. That was to the downside. They were bringing in, the equal lows. They were bringing in all the buyers. So the SLs were below. They induced out of Asia range. At the same time, they gave us a medium inducement. And then we had a relevant break of structure away from that medium inducement. We saw that we had the inducement POI had imbalance, perfect, and then we found our valid targets, which was of course the equal highs overall and the intraday equal highs if you were not too comfortable with taking it to the overall equal highs. So we've checked off all of these. What's next? Well, we have to take the trade. So tagged in, very nice. We figured out, yeah, this was an SMT. Ideally, your SMTs will give reactions, bring more people in, bring more people into cells so that we can take them all out. And then here, this brings in all the break and retest traders. They're getting in buys after this high's taken, pull back, push. Like we showed you in the liquidity bit, and we know that, okay, we've got huge equal highs right here. So what do we think is going to happen? As we've brought in buyers throughout the day. What do we think is going to happen once these equal highs get taken? Obviously, we get our TP, and then boom, everything else gets smoked. And yeah, that's how to use the CheckLIT.